Thanks for noticing.
Is brought to you by our Patreon subscribers. For $3 a month, you can help keep the lights on at From North to Wharf. We appreciate all of your ongoing support.
And be sure to get your North to Wharf merchandise at fromnorthtowharf.threadless.com.
Does Hestia know you?
Oh yeah, clearly, we're on a wrong name basis.
And now we're here, and there aren't any monkeys being friends with lions!
Okay, no one said for sure there'd be monkeys, honey.
I'm not gonna arrest the moose.
He's a good boy! He's a good boy!
Being your muse no longer amuses me. It's pretty good, you can use that. But that's it. I'm done with your show.
From the Great North to Wonder Wharf. All right.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
And welcome to a brand new episode of From the Great North to Wonder Wharf, your one-stop destination for bento box information. As always, I am Mike.
And I'm JB.
Hello,
everybody?
YouTube. Hello, Instagram. Let's see. It's Monday for sure. Yes. Pixlay wants to know, are you officially affiliated with the shows? No.
We can give you that disclaimer real quick. We had to do that last week too. We are not affiliated with the shows at all, guys. Sorry. We have friends from the shows, and we hang out with them at Comic-Con because we don't even live in LA. So Mike lives in Florida and I live in Ohio. So very far from production, but we sometimes get opportunities to interview cool people from the show, talk about the show. We run the meetup at Comic-Con for the show, and we went to the movie premiere and did some cool stuff. But we are not affiliated with Bento Box.
No,
we wish, but not.
Just lucky dudes. Just lucky dudes.
Just two guys.
Let's see. Over on YouTube, Starbase.
They make all the shots at Bob's. Thanks, Aaron.
That is. Huh? What happened?
Aaron on YouTube said they make all the shots. They call all the shots.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. Disregard what we said. We're running everything.
All your anger about these gaps in episodes on these two guys right
here. Yeah, us. You send us your messages. Bob's Burger just went off, and Family Guy is now on FXX. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Everyone. Boy, am I glad to be here this time. Welcome, Homer fan. Glad you're here. Family Guy will be on the background. Howdy, Homer. Howdy, Abby. Woohoo. Can't believe we're almost going to be very close to season 4. It's next week.
Next week.
I
did see the Northern Lights. They were very cool.
I didn't. That was bullshit.
Adam got some amazing pictures of his house with them in the background.
You know what was stupid about that is that happened and nobody, at least in my general circle, didn't know about it. And all of our power was out because we had tornadoes come through. We had two tornadoes come through.
The greatest view.
Yeah, we had literally no light pollution. And nobody mentioned anything to anybody until the next day. Because, like I said, we had 2 tornadoes come through Tallahassee, which never happens, and knocked out everybody's power and tons of destruction. But yeah, we had tons. 2 tornadoos. Hopefully we enjoy the whole first season of Grimsburg. Just went 30 so far. Okay, JB, they're asking if you saw the Northern Lights. Yeah,
I did. It was super cool. Yeah. It was a little hard from our front yard because we have lamps, we have street lights, but in the back, everyone had turned off their lights and everyone was outside looking. So it was super cool.
Yeah,
Adam, our buddy, got amazing stuff because his neighborhood is out kind of in the country. So he had some great shots.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks because I've never seen the Northern Lights. I want to see them.
And we lost Mike. There, he's back again. There he is. Nope. There he goes.
The fuck's going on?
I don't know. He left on YouTube, so that's why we paused, everybody.
Oh,
But yeah,
Jesus, sorry. But yeah, it had zero light pollution. It was scary dark.
hey Pap,
What's going on?
Mr. Dacey has arrived.
Oh, hello. We had to go far away. Yeah, it's. Woof. Yeah. But yeah, everything's okay on my end. A lot of damage. Again, Florida, we don't really get tornadoes, and we got 2 of them in the span of an hour, and they kind of smashed into one giant area. So a lot of stuff about 5 minutes away got really messed up. But yeah, we're okay.
Well, that's good.
Everybody is a-okay.
I'm on the same train as you, Mike. I want to see the Northern Lights in all their glory. I think this was a good tease, but like I know I have to get to like Iceland and somewhere over there to see.
Oh yeah,
or Canada to see like the real thing. I want to see those dark purples and blues that people see. I want to see all of it.
Could always head up to the Great North. I'm sure they could see it from there.
Probably in Alaska, yeah. Certain times of the year, I'm sure there's some.
Absolutely. Seeing the Northern Lights back in the 70s in Lorain, Ohio. Hey, that's I don't know how far that is from you, but
it's about an hour and 15. Hour and a half probably. But yeah, no, my dad grew up over there.
Nice. Oh, Abby's always wanted to see him too. Getting to see this was pretty cool. Yeah, I was sweating my ass off watching Beetlejuice on a laptop. It was a good time.
Fun.
Can't complain.
Yeah,
Can't complain.
when Florida loses electricity, it's not great if it's hot.
Oh, it's the worst. Luckily, it was a little cold snap because it was raining and everything, so it wasn't as terrible as it could have been. So
was everyone going nuts to get gas and food and all that?
Yeah, because Florida people are stupid. And the thing is, we don't have like a whole tornado system here. So like in Oklahoma, where my family lives, there's like sirens and everything. Here, I got a notification on my iPhone saying, "Hey, shelter in place now." And I was like, "Oh, it's nothing." So I went back to sleep, and I looked out the window a little bit, and it didn't look like anything worse than a couple of bad thunderstorms. And then once everything kind of settled, I got dressed and went to work, and I noticed that there were trees uprooted and like on the road. I was like, "Oh, maybe it's a little worse than I thought." So, for those of you who know tornadoes, they were 2 F2 tornadoes that came through Tallahassee.
That's nothing to shrug at.
No. There's people still out of power, and this was back on Friday, so they've been working on it. And then today, they was like, "Oh, we have another tornado warning." I was like, "Motherfucker, we live in Florida, my guy. We get hurricanes. We don't get tornadoes." But here we are. But yeah, enough about me. We have some big news to discuss.
We do.
On the front of Animation Domination and a new show, apparently. Not a new bento show, I don't believe.
No, I don't believe so. I'll look it up just to make sure. But yeah, there is some change in the wind.
There is. Okay, so we'll pull up the article. We'll read through the article, get everybody's opinions, discuss what we think is happening, what will happen, what could happen. And then JB has seen the trailer for the new show. I have not seen it. It's called Universal Basic Guys. Sure. So I haven't seen the trailer yet. So if you're on YouTube, we'll watch the trailer live. I'll give you my initial reaction. JB will give his reaction because he's already seen it. You've been getting tornadoes up in Rhode Island? I love Rhode Island. I was stationed up in Rhode Island for a bit. Lovely area. But yeah, we'll watch the trailer. If you're over on YouTube, you can watch us live with us. Give you my initial reactions. Like I said, JB will chime in because he's already seen it. And then we'll discuss what the article says. And there's a lot. We got official confirmations of seasons 15 of Bob, season 5 of Great North, season 2 of Grimsburg, we already knew season 2 and 3 of Krapopolis have been greenlit, so we're good there. Your thoughts on Inside Job on Netflix? I'll get to that, Starbase. I'll get to that.
Yeah.
But I do have thoughts on that. JB, should we watch the trailer first or should we go into the article?
Let's do the article, then we'll drop the trailer so everyone can kind of see what I saw. And then you can let me know if you think it deserved a season 2 renewal already.
Will do. Okay, so I'm just gonna read the article, just because I don't feel like paraphrasing and misleading anybody. So, or actually, Fox released its upcoming schedule for the start of the 2024-25 season on Monday. I think these were the upfronts, I believe, is what that's called.
Oh, Bento Box did work on it.
Okay, but is it a bento box show?
It's
Grimsburg's a bento show.
Yeah, it says network greenlight second season of upcoming animated comedy from creators Adam and Greg Malmet about two brothers in program. And then it said in the brief synopsis, created from Fox Animation, including Bento Box Studios. And
I would assume Bento worked on it because they are the Fox Animation
like
studio. Okay.
I'm just wondering if it's Bento Atlanta, like the other Bento Box.
Right. Okay, so the article, upfronts happen. Fox released its schedule for the 2024-25 season on Monday. Now, this article is mainly about Family Guy because it's the big show that's been moved. We knew it's been moved to Wednesdays, or it was moved to Wednesday. And I think that's no longer the case. I think they're back on Sundays now, if this article is to be believed.
Mm-hmm.
So the long-running animated series Family Guy, which is going on to its 23rd season, won't be part of the network's Sunday animation block in the fall. Instead, Fox will launch a new animated series called Universal Basic Guys after The Simpsons, while second-year show Krapopolis will fill in the 9:30 spot after Bob's Burgers.
Yep.
That's interesting because now, I mean, obviously Bob's is coming back, but Bob's also came back this past September. And then the other shows came back in January, and then there was a long hiatus. So I'm not sure what to think about that. I assume Bob's is getting a full run, but who's to say? So Family Guy, not us. Aaron, regardless of what Aaron says. So Family Guy, which moved from Sunday to Wednesday for the final episodes of this current season, or the season that just happened, will return mid-season, meaning January.
Yes.
Just like the Great North did this past season. It will have a full season order. Again, this is Family Guy. This is what the article is talking about. It will have a full season order and mostly unbroken run of new episodes. This is coming from Michael Thorne, which is the Fox Network president. Now, again, we don't really cover Family Guy, but this pertains to all the Animation Domination, so that's what we're going to tell you.
And they even went on to say that Family Guy is still a hallmark or cornerstone of the Animation Domination block and system. So they really still believe it's able to bring in people, keep the audience captivated, and still go.
Yeah, and here's a part that kind of puts the nail in the coffin of Family Guy moving to Wednesdays permanently. Again, from Michael Thorne. It's still a crucial part of our schedule. Talking about Family Guy, we'll give it a great relaunch for the part of our lineup. And we know that when it comes back on Sundays, again, saying that the show's coming back on Sundays, it will resonate with our audience the way it always has. Thorne also noted that most of Family Guy's audience watches on Hulu or on demand, which I assume Bob's and a lot of these shows do. So keeping the show off the fall schedule is more about giving Universal Basic Guys and Krapopolis some time on Fox's Sunday during the NFL season. That makes sense. You got new shows.
They're trying to catch people after. Yep.
Yeah.
Get the audience to be broadened out.
And that's what they expand on here is Fox Sundays during the NFL season when it funnels huge audiences into prime time. Family Guy also isn't the only animated Fox show on deck for later in the season. The Great North and Grimsburg are also being held. So seasons 5 of the Great North and season 2 of Grimsburg, January. Of course, this was first told to us by Wendy and Lizzie when they were on. Yep. So it sounds like those shows will be back in January.
Yep, everything's going according to the plan they were told, so that's good.
Now, what gives me pause is we already have 4 shows. We have Simpsons, Krapopolis, Bob's, and Universal Basic Guys. That's 4 shows. When we come back mid-season, that's Family Guy, Grimsburg, and The Great North. That's 7 shows, 4 spots. Who's getting bumped? Who's getting less episodes? How does that all work?
It's interesting because I think they've tried doing animation blocks on separate nights in the past and having their schedules split, and it hasn't always worked in Fox's favor. The NFL always is going to be on no matter what, and so is NASCAR if it's still with Fox. So something was always going to get bumped around. So being open to that.
And we know The Simpsons and we know Family Guy will not be bumped from Sundays. That's just I mean, I can't say we because Family
say
Guy
that, but at the
because
same
Family Guy got
time,
bumped.
he did. I mean, Thorne did say that he doesn't anticipate he's doing a big relaunch for Family Guy, so I think they're going to be like welcoming it back to Sunday because I think Family Guy was like, we're gracious enough to step to Wednesday as long as you launch us back and let everyone know we're back. So I think they're like, we'll do that. It could be another show that goes to Wednesdays. I don't think it'll be Bob's or Simpsons, but I think one of the other shows could get bumped to Wednesday, which is a weird day for an animation block.
Well, you gotta think they want to give their own shows the biggest push they can, and their own shows are Krapopolis, Grimsburg, and Universal Basic Guys here.
Yeah.
That leaves Bob's in the Great North as the odd man out.
It does. Unless Simpsons gets pushed, but I don't think they'd ever really do that.
No, Simpsons is untouchable. And for what it's worth, the Family Guy moved for just half a season. Obviously, they're not going to do that for this coming season because they're coming mid-season. So they're not going to Wednesday just to get bumped around back to Sundays. So I wonder if Universal Basic Guy has greenlit for season 2. Does that mean they're getting a full 22? Because Grimsburg only got 13, I think.
13 was it.
So maybe these newer shows that aren't Dan Harmon productions are getting like a shorter 13 episodes, which could run them until January, September, October, November, December. That could run them until January, and then another show picks up in its place.
I think it definitely is something that could happen that way. I think it makes sense for newer shows to have 13. That way you're not investing a ton initially up front. So maybe as a business standpoint, it's like, let's test the waters, see how this goes. Although Krapopolis got greenlit for 22.
Yeah. I got to figure that's off the strength of Dan Harmon.
I think so too. I think Krapopolis could definitely pick up a fan base, I think, quicker than some of these other smaller shows could right off the bat.
Yeah, I think so. Now this next part will give everybody pause because they want to read doom and gloom. Family Guy, The Simpsons, and Bob's Burgers, all of which are produced by Disney's 20th television animation, are headed into their final seasons of multi-year orders. The Family Guy team, led by blah, 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 blah. Despite that, Fox Entertainment CEO Rob Wade says he still sees a future for all 3 series on the network. We love them and have a great relationship with the creators and with Hulu and Disney as well, says Wade. They need a broadcast window. They really benefit from being on Fox, and I think Disney recognizes that. With all that being said, Bob's isn't going anywhere, so everybody can put a pin in that and stop freaking out. Bob needs to expand its primetime slot from 8 to 11. No. 8 or 11 is not primetime.
No.
That's when the late shows come on.
Then. That's the late show times, and you're not going to see them dabble there.
Yeah.
That's too thick of a competition to do.
Yeah. Plus, not for nothing, I'm not staying up to watch something at 11.
And I think a lot of what's going on too is a lot of those shows like Family Guy, the Universal Basic Guys, they are shows that are set up for an older audience. So they're not going to be shown at like prime at 8. They're not going to be that in those time slots. They're made for older adults. So they're going to push them later. So it leaves, it's hard to see where those other shows fall then.
Yeah, Homer. They usually get renewed for 2-season clips.
Usually it's 2-season stints. And I would think that as long as the showrunners want to keep going and they're still getting decent numbers, those shows should keep going. Especially Simpsons in there. I think Matt had said that he wanted to get to 40 because he thought no one would touch that. That's like a record on television. And then he could walk away from it and be like, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they have even gotten to a point where they have that last season kind of already done and written. It's just kind of like when it puts into play, it gets put into play.
The crazy thing is Matt can walk away. I don't think he owns the show. So if Fox wants it to continue,
they could.
And if Rick and Morty taught us anything, voice actors are a dime a dozen, and you can find somebody to do a pitch perfect Homer, and keep that show going as long as they want. The good problem that Fox has is they have 3 legacy shows now: Bob's, Family Guy, and Simpsons. Great North is a strong show, but it's not there just yet. I don't think it'll get to Bob's level, but it's a really good.
I think it's definitely a great, like in basketball terms, it's an awesome 6th man.
Yes.
Because it is, and I think this season definitely helped it more than anything else. I think it definitely broadened the audience. I think the writing got definitely a lot stronger. But I think just overall, I think more people seem to be tuning in, at least from what I hear, and people being like, I like watching it. So I hope that it's starting to make that turn where people are seeing it's different than Bob's. It's its own thing.
Oh, Homer, when we say Matt and we're talking Simpson, we're talking about Matt Groening.
Oh, yeah.
There is no other Matt. Also, before we go any further, chat on both platforms here. Who is stuttering? Because JB on my end is stuttering, but I don't know if I'm stuttering on his end.
You are on my end.
Okay, and you're stuttering on mine. So, chat, let us know who is the smoother of the two. If we're both smooth and we're just bad for each other, then we're gold, because I still get his audio.
Yeah, same.
Well, Nancy is getting much older. So
yeah.
Neither of you? Okay, good to go, Abby. Abby says we're both good. All right.
That doesn't mean that we're going to call Bowser in to take away Bart, but...
Hey, if Fox wants it, Fox gets what they want. But yeah, I'm hesitant to be too excited, because this is the exact same thing they did this season, and we saw how disastrous that was as far as Bob's Burgers goes. Hopefully they've learned their lesson, and another show gets pushed to the freaking outer reaches of Animation Domination, because I can't take another season of just 14 episodes of Bob's. I won't do it. I can't do it.
No, it's definitely not.
Aaron, if you're in the chat, you let your bosses know.
We can help facilitate. We can bring the message.
We'll send you some cool stickers if you like. You want cool stickers? You want cool stickers? You know
They're
what you do.
Cool. They're sparkly.
This is going to cost you 22 episodes.
Should we show this?
Oh, they know. Okay. Okay, then the stickers will be in the mail, Aaron. Thank you.
Well, we didn't want to have to use our power, Aaron, to tell you.
Okay. We weren't at the team meeting this morning, so I feel
none of the and we missed last week's table reads due to being way too busy. Yeah. But we'll be there at some point, and we're gonna lay the hammer down.
Yeah, we're not fucking around anymore, Aaron. We've been slacking for 14 seasons.
Someone's getting a glass of water thrown at them. I don't know who it's gonna be. There might even be a fold-up chair shuffled, not thrown, but you'll know.
You want to go work in the banana stand? Because this is how you work in the banana stand. Okay, let's check out the trailer for this new show.
Yes.
I will share my screen so you folks on the YouTubes here can watch it with me. Let's see. Share screen. Share. All right. Let's watch.
For those on YouTube, we're watching a trailer to the new show Universal Basic Guys. So, yeah. Mike's having some thoughts about it, but I already saw it, so I wanted to get his first take on the idea and the concept. Oh, they're saying, where's the thing? Are they not seeing it? No, we aren't.
Oh, okay. I click on it here. We'll replay
We'll
it.
Start it
everybody.
over.
We'll replay it.
It's so good it needs a second time through.
Sorry about that, YouTube. Here, we'll replay it.
Sorry, Aaron. We're new to this.
Our bad, Aaron. Our bad. Well, us reacting isn't enough. Okay. All right, here we go. One more time.
Nope.
For decades, Fox Sunday has been home to TV's most iconic animated dudes. This fall, a new legend is born.
I'm Mark Hoagies.
Mark Hoagies.
Holy crap, Hank. It's a freaking Deer City. All right, this is it for all the money. Oh, crap. Fire the hole. Let's go, 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 go.
He's a giver.
You bought a chimpanzee?
They're like the friendliest animals
So
on
it's
the planet.
clearly like
until
a
they rip your
Philadelphia-based
friggin'
show.
face
He's a lover.
You
Well,
can tell by
always
his
kiss the
accent.
second mouth. Come on, last chance.
No chance.
And
He's a
colors on the
disruptor.
uniform.
No more naps in the lactation room.
Those are power naps. It's 2024, Joan. Men can breastfeed. Come on.
Oh, we're doing
He's a
those kind of
hero
jokes. Wow.
in his own mind.
There he is. Whoa, you're disrespecting a champion.
Is that ring even real? Your name is Made in China.
It's pronounced Madden China, okay? It's Gaelic.
Universal Basic Guys. Sundays this fall
Boom. Nailed it.
on Fox.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
Yeah.
There's that. JB, you've seen it.
I did.
What are your thoughts? Because you've had enough time to stew on it.
I've now seen it a second time, and I don't like it even more. It comes at me as a Family Guy without the charm.
Okay.
And as an animation guy, like I can usually appreciate a lot of different kinds of animation out there. Like someone brought up Beavis and Butthead. I love Beavis and Butthead. I love King of the Hill, Futurama, all the shows for the most part, even scratchy animation back in the early 2000s. Having a real hard time with this one though. I just don't really find anything I like about it. Aaron wrote pure poetry. I'm worried about what that is.
Aaron. Now let me preface this, and JB and I always say this. A, we know how hard it is to make a show.
Yes, we
B,
do.
we know how hard it is to get a show greenlit and on the screen and the entire process.
Yes.
There's a million shows pitched. We are not downplaying the work of the people who made the show.
Absolutely not.
This ain't it for me. From the animation, looks like it's an Adult Swim 2 a.m. kind of animation. Abby coming in hot.
I know, Abby.
Um,
Let that sit for a minute, then I'll hide it again. But that's a hot take.
we can't confirm that. We don't know who wrote this.
No,
I
I'll
will
look
say
it up
this.
later.
It's 2024 and we're still making it's 2024 jokes.
We are.
That and when people say, "Oh, it's woke," is eye rolling inducing. If you saw the roast of Tom Brady, I think it's pretty safe to say woke as far as the entertainment industry goes. It's done. It's over. I don't know. I don't know how this got renewed. I don't know who's attached to it. I don't know if there's any kind of star power attached to it.
I'm gonna try to look and see. From what I could see, it was already renewed.
Yep.
So as of right now, the series is executive produced by Adam and Craig Malamet, Dan Lagana, who's from Deadbeat and American Vandal, is producing and show running season 1, and then Rob Rosel from Dave It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is show running season 2.
Oh, that makes sense why it's a Philadelphia-based show.
Yeah.
I don't know. there's nothing about it. It's called Universal Basic Guys, but it focused on one person.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Also, it says this is their quote about it. Universal Basic Guys.
Mm-hmm.
The Hoagie brothers joined Fox's iconic lineup of undaunted, irreverent, and absurdly outrageous characters, says Thorne. It's what defines the Fox Animation brand.
It doesn't.
And from episode 1 of this terrific new comedy, Adam and Greg turned the Hoagie's everyday life on its head in such an original way that they immediately scored a second season.
I saw nothing about that trailer that was original.
No, even the grenade joke I think I've seen before.
That's. But I saw nothing about this that was funny or, and that quote from, who gave that quote again?
That was Thorne.
Okay, yeah, that leads me to believe Thorne doesn't watch any of the other shows then. Because that's not even in the same ballpark as The Great North or
so let's see.
Bob's Burgers. It's a step down from Family Guy.
Yeah, so the two guys who created it created a web Zones, and this is their show.
Okay.
About men with no jobs to find purpose in a world where they're no longer needed. But also have a large monthly universal basic income.
So Incel the cartoon? I don't know.
I don't know. You brought up the quote millions of ideas come to the forefront.
Yeah.
And they pitch them and 1 out of 1 million gets made.
Yeah.
Just not sold that this one was the one to go with.
Mm-mm. But then we also got Housebroken. So
I feel like Housebroken has more of potential than I see this having. I feel like this is just going to be a lot of Eagles jokes, and as we saw, butt slaps for dudes and hunting, which I guess goes to a certain crowd. I just don't know if this is universally going to this is like if Lauren Bouchard really pushed the cannibal piece.
Yeah,
let's just keep doing that, and it's like, this is really going to go anywhere.
From what I'm seeing right now, it takes low hanging fruit jokes. Men Can Lactate is 2024. Oh, good job. I don't know. Nothing about this made me go, oh, I need to see a second trailer, let alone a whole episode of this. I don't put this on at 7:30 or something. Put it out there because you got to put it out there, but this ain't it. Don't sacrifice a good show for this nonsense. Again, this is the first trailer. Maybe the second trailer blow me away, but right now, swinging a huge miss. Not even taking into consideration like the how some people like Abby pointed out, like, oh, it's all gross humor, what have you. It just doesn't seem funny. It doesn't. Nothing about that stuck out to me.
No, I just felt like it was nothing special. I mean, I feel like there's just so many other great animators and showrunners out there that have to have ideas that are different than this.
Now, you said this was created because you broke up a little. Was this was a show from the two creators? Was this originally somewhere else? Did I miss that part?
So this was from a brother duo who created a web series called The Game of Zones.
Okay, I know that. So that's on Bleacher Report. That's it's their NFL cartoon. If they greenlit this show based off the popularity of that, then Fox is doomed, because that is the stupidest way to greenlight a show based off of a popularity of a sports YouTube short, thinking that it'll appeal to a massive audience. That's stupid. And if somebody can pass this on to the head of Fox, that was a stupid idea, and you're a stupid person.
I mean, if you're going to pitch this to literally start Animation Domination, like you want to move The Simpsons down a slot and have this come on right after the NFL, then be my guest. I guess that fits the boat and makes it work. But at the same time, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Okay,
I feel
yeah,
like
this is exactly what I thought it was. Yeah, that's a stupid idea.
I just worry that like this could have definitely been like I'd rather see if they remade the league into an animated show and pitched it after the NFL, or even just a commentating thing done by animation, just made it look like animation. I'd rather have that.
Holy shit. If they greenlit this to go on Sundays because they think, oh, this is a little bit of football. Football fans are stupid. They'll watch this. Then they're stupider than I thought.
It is made by Bento and Sony Pictures. So Sony Animation is, which means they stepped away from, I'm hoping not Spider-Verse to make this.
Trust me, Spider-Verse is the only thing making money for Sony. They did not ditch Spider-Verse for this. In fact, it's painfully obvious that Sony gave them no resources for this. It looks garbage. This could have been 5-minute YouTube shorts, like their Game of Zones. It could have been 15-minute little interstitials in between good shows. But this looks terrible.
I just worry there's like, I'm sure like Lauren's got other ideas. I'm sure the Molyneux have different ideas. I just feel like I'm sure Matt's got other ideas. He had Disenchantment and they said no.
That was a dumb show too.
I was okay with, I mean, it looked pretty. I liked that, but I mean, there's other things out there. I mean, Mike Judge has to have other ideas. There have to be guys that have been on Fox who had very successful shows that are like, we could do something else.
Mike Judge is out of ideas. That's why Beavis and Butthead came back.
I get that.
It should have been put on streaming platform. Yeah, this could have been a Hulu original. This could have been a Netflix original. This could have been a anywhere else but primetime TV original. Again, first trailer, but this is what they decided to put out first.
I almost feel like at this point you could have Lauren Bouchard draw or make home movies. Just redo the whole thing shot for shot in better animation, and I think it'd be killer because I think the audience would get it now.
Updated Dr. Katz would be great, but
yeah, I mean, it would be.
Whatever. I get that there's an audience for this kind of humor, but that audience is stupid.
In Orville, yeah.
So that audience is dumb.
Starbase.
All right, Starbase. But yeah, that audience is stupid, and tell them to stay away from our cartoons. So yeah, big.
I just feel like there's other opportunities, and I just feel like this might have been a miss.
I wonder. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up again. I want to see what the YouTube comments are saying.
I want to see who's attached to it more than just these two brothers. Like, I'm gonna look up any voice actors. Does like Homer, any of you guys, have you done anything and seen who's attached to this show by any means besides the guys from It's Always Sunny and American Vandals?
Let's see. Whoa, that looks terrible. Bless the Hearts looked way more promising than this.
It did. And that says a lot.
And then I will definitely give the show 1 season, and the name suits it right. Basic. Housebroken died for this. Looks like it was made with Go Animate. I don't know what that means.
It's a program that's really basic.
Okay. Well, at least the art style doesn't look too generic here. No, it looks terrible than generic.
There's nothing attached to this on IMDb. The only people that are for writing credits are the brothers. And the brothers are producing it along with Dan Lagana. And, series casting is by Allison Kahn. But unknown episodes, unknown people. No one's attached to the show yet.
Let's see. One person wrote Alan Gregory was Shakespeare compared to this. Ouch.
Yeah.
That show was not good.
Nah, but it had a good cast. But we know that doesn't make anything, but that can at least make it memorable.
Yeah, I am seeing nobody putting anything good in here. So many shows I like got canceled, and then this exists. No thanks. Take care. Bring back Duncanville and Bless the Hearts instead. Won't happen, though.
I know. Those shows actually I felt were better. Duncanville was better than this.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, it's a huge no for me.
Well, the sad thing with that, Yahoo's like if it is tanked and they see it really early, it's gonna be weird. Like Housebroken got weird.
Yeah, that got pulled before its time.
Yeah, and they were just like, that's that.
Yeah, so I'm guessing the show is likely going to bomb despite getting a second season before it. I don't know. I mean, who's to say? It could be a hit, but for me, and it sounds like for JB, that's huge. 2 thumbs down. Yeah, Bless the Heart's got 2 seasons. Don't know why.
I feel like this was more promising than that. Well, sorry, the Bless the Hearts was more promising than this. And Housebroken had so much potential. And I think even if they took some of the notes that people had given it for the 2 seasons, because once you get lit, you make another season, you can't really change anything midway.
No.
So for them, it's like at least Housebroken could have got a shot at a 3rd season and see if they made it better.
Yeah, and people are always curious, like, wow, how did he get greenlit for 2 seasons? Typically shows do. Like animated shows usually get 2 or 3 seasons, just kind of like find its footing. Live action shows, not so much because those cost a lot more to do.
Yeah, and you can pivot those a little bit easier.
Yeah,
animation takes 9 months to get an episode done. Live action, it's like we can do some reshoots if we want. We just got to pay for it.
Yeah, so you're always going to get at least 2 seasons of an animated show, unless it's like a limited run series where everybody goes in knowing this is a 1 season thing. But that's never the case for like a network thing. That's more of a Netflix thing. But yeah, I guess I'll have a half an hour break. No, because now I got to watch the show because we're probably going to cover it.
I didn't say we were.
Yeah, we may not. We might not. Well,
we really tried with Housebroken, and then once season 2 kind of jumped in, and it was what it was before. That's when we're like, I don't think we can really focus on it.
No. Eventually, we'll just start calling our show the Bob's Burgers and Great North Power Hour or something.
Yeah, the Lauren Bouchard Hour.
Yeah, because
the LB Times.
Aaron, if you're still here, don't you go telling all your friends that we're ragging on this hard.
No, like we love everybody at the studios. Everyone's super nice, deserves the work. We know it's hard getting animation jobs now with everybody and the AI shit and all that, but
what the hell?
Just, there's like like animators have really good ideas. We've seen some of their like web cartoons, and it's like these are really good. Why are they not getting made?
We have to, Marlena. At least the first episode. We would be doing ourselves a disservice if we didn't at least cover the first episode. We did it for Housebroken.
Yes. Will we tell you how bad it is? Yeah, we will.
Oh my God! For those of you who've been with us for a good long while, when Housebroken came on, I think I gave it, what did I give it? Like 2 put down dogs, I think.
Forgot about your system of rating.
Yeah, that's how I rated the show. I was like, this show needs to be put down. And that was after the first episode.
I gave it till the end of season, I think midway through season 2. I gave it a look.
Oh yeah, Marlene. I have no dog in this fight. I mean, other than ruffling the feathers of people that we respect a little, I'm not going to tell you a show is good if it's not good, or if I don't find some kind of redeeming quality. I mean, we cover Krapopolis and Grimsburg every week, and I keep saying maybe next week, maybe next week, maybe next week.
And I think we may have one of those. I think may have really lived up to that this week.
Maybe. Please bring me on for a hater hour. I don't know, Abby. I think you may be coming in a little too hot. maybe. Yeah, we'll see.
That says a lot coming from Mike.
Yeah, if you're just gonna come on and say man, bad, I don't know if we can have that. Great. Now I want the Eagles to miss the playoffs to be irate toward. I just want them to miss the playoffs because they're in the division of the Commanders, so I don't give a shit. But Philly, for everybody else who had one of the Windows operating systems, what is everybody's favorite Windows operating systems? Huh?
What?
Focus, Homer. Focus. Maybe, Abby. Maybe.
Yeah.
Just watch the episode.
Yeah, Windows 98 for sure.
Sure.
The one that everyone hated and ran out and screamed. Maybe it was X. Everyone hated that.
Who knows? Whatever have solitaire on is fine by me. Okay. We've ruined our nights already. Let's discuss the episodes.
Do the shows.
Let's do the shows.
Let's talk about the episodes. Which one do you want to start with first?
Let's start with, you know what? I always pick, let's start with your least favorite this week.
So my least favorite.
Yes.
Krapopolis.
Okay, good choice.
So the Tyrannus Crown Affair. Tyrannus tasked Stupendous with tracking down a thief. Deliria and Hippocampus team up to beat Hermes in an all valley create. It's basically a monster creature tournament, essentially.
Even the synopsis was boring.
I liked parts of it, but not all of it. I thought the idea of Tyrannus sticking up for the rich because he wanted to stay in power does dictate how we are as a society today. We're like, we have to, of course, protect the rich because they're important. And yeah, the whole missing the point.
You know what's irritating to me is when shows make a joke, especially like period pieces like Krapopolis, where you're like, hey, we all know that everybody's always going to love the guy who sticks up for the rich. And you're like, no, we don't. I hate jokes like that where like we know the outcome and then they're trying to crack a funny. And I'm like, no, that's stand down.
Stand down.
Stand down. But that's just me nitpicking. I thought the episode was fine. I did not care for Stupendous having a love interest at all. It took away from her character. Some might argue that it added a new layer. I argue that it made me like her less.
I think it was a little bit of both. I feel like it was nice that was there, but I didn't think it needed to be there.
No.
And I thought this was just an okay episode. I feel like it was middle of the road, and maybe the next one, which, I mean, they got 23 episodes for this season.
And they got the finale next week.
Yeah, the remedial archaeology, which is Tyrannus buys a magic shell and Schlub takes Deliria to a monster wedding. So that'll be the season finale.
Didn't she just do a monster thing this week?
Yes, she did.
Jesus Christ.
But I mean, Rick and Morty loves using their monsters too, so I think it's just kind of what it is.
Rick and Morty has 7 seasons and it is a beloved show. This is on its first season, hoping for the best. I don't know, man. Part of me wants to say maybe these are out of order, but to have 2 weeks in a row where Deliria or whatever has to now face her hatred of monsters.
Yeah.
Sure. What else you got? A light behind you turned on. Creepy.
I know. Sorry.
Creepy. No, it's fine. It was easily my least favorite episode of the week. As far as where it ranks in Krapopolis, it's a little below middle of the road for me. If you remember our old ranking system, I'd probably give it a rare. Because medium well. I'd give it a rare, not overdone and dry, but definitely meh. Sounds like you feel much of the same though.
Oh, I do 100%. I think it was just okay. That's why we can get it out of the way and move on to the next one.
I agree. We do have the finale next week, so
yes, we do.
Then the show will be gone for a while.
So, which one did you think was next in line?
Well, my personal favorite of the week was The Great North. I'll say that. Okay,
100%.
cool.
100%.
Bring on the finale of Grimsburg.
So, Grimsburg, episode 13, season 1, The Danish Dilemma. On a day where murders seem to be on an all-time low, the biggest of Marvin's problems is his missing Danish. The quest for the sweet boysenberry Danish leads to an explosive case that no one saw coming.
Okay. This was a tale of 2 episodes. I enjoyed Marvin's part.
Yes, I did.
Hated that stupid kid.
I didn't think it was necessary at all.
Wasn't necessary at all. That skeleton man got too much screen time, and that boy got way too much screen time for me too. I liked the chief being the big bad.
I actually think we've been waiting for this.
Yeah.
And I felt that part of the episode was bang for buck. It was good. It was solid. The jokes were good. The whole track, like his prison guy into it. And he's just like, we've already been connecting the dots, Marvin. Like, it makes sense that the new chief is who it is because she solved it. But it kind of let everyone grow as a character a little bit. Again, as you said, the kid part really just threw me off. Plus, it recapped all the people that he caught throughout the whole season.
Yeah. So really, we kind of nailed that part. Well, we didn't say what happened, but we hoped it would happen. Like we'd see the previous people he caught. There'd be a big bad that we found out was kind of pulling things the whole season.
Do I wish there was little bits of that throughout? Yes.
Yeah, I
feel like
wonder.
there wasn't enough.
I wonder if we go back, and I doubt if we go back, we'll see all that. Now, my question is, were they for real that they knew it was a show?
I think that was like the fourth wall break.
Okay, because he was looking at
That
Grimsburg box
that
sets.
was like the joke. Yeah, that's like the joke.
Okay.
They also made a John Hamm joke on purpose. Like that's why
They
he did all
did.
those commercials this year because he was so
Yep.
broke.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they were just kind of like, let's just have fun with this at this point.
Okay. Well, Grimsburg, you're not Deadpool. Calm down. But that was funny. I take that back. That bit was funny, and the flute part was good.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you that.
And then being like, is that what all this writing on the bottom of the thing is?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's just credits, bud.
If we took the kid part out, I'd say this was probably in my top 3 episodes.
This would probably be probably if not the top, my second favorite episode.
Mm-hmm.
If the kid was out, it may be really up there with best.
Yeah, but the kid was in it, and if you know anything about me and Abby, we hate children in our cartoons and in our world.
I was fine with the last bit where they kind of said, like, this is nice. And he's like, it is nice. Like, I was fine if that was there. But it didn't need to have the whole thing with the other family and, like, the whole thruple joke. It wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
That was, like, to connect those dots. It just wasn't needed.
Yeah, stop it. Sometimes coloring outside the lines is okay. Let's kill off the kid in the finale. It already happened, Abby. You mean in the series finale? Yeah. Yeah.
Or he was never there.
Ooh. I do like that.
We find Flute in a cell, and he was just all in his brain.
I do like at the end.
What a great reveal.
Flute kind of said the tagline of the show, not the tagline, but like the synopsis of the show is like, the only mystery I couldn't solve, or the one mystery I haven't solved is me, or some shit like that.
Yep.
And that was essentially what they built the show on. Yeah, myself.
Guess I'll start that next year, though.
Yeah.
That's the next season problem.
We gotta wait for a season 2. I'm like, okay, it's a funny joke. I'll give him that one. Doesn't make up for the entire season, but it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
So yeah, that was my second favorite episode. But of course,
Wendy and Lizzie, you guys crushed it with this one. This is a great episode. Season 4, episode 14, Dr. No Adventure. So this one, out of concern for Bee's health, the kids push him to see a doctor, and a grave-marked wife pushes Honeybee, Judy, and Aunt Dirt into researching a corpse's life and Lone Moose.
Excuse me.
I felt both plots were fine, but definitely Beef's was definitely... I wanted a little more from that plot, but I loved it. This was a great episode. Writing was top-notch. The jokes were killer. And just Wolf was on fire with his horrible innuendos and not realizing it till later.
I loved Beef's story. I wasn't fully on board with the B plot line with Judy and them until the turn at the end.
The turn was great.
I was like, okay, this pays off everything, because before it was just like, I get it. There's a certain audience that would be like, yeah, that was good. For me, it just kind of fell flat for me. So yeah, but it was funny. Judy was great per usual. Honeybee, awesome.
I think Dirt has literally brought a lot of the greatest one-liners to this show at this point.
I will admit I was wrong about Dirt. I will give them that. It was
Jane Lynch is crushing her lines when she has to do them. They're just like very tactful, very nicely said, and just very tongue-in-cheek comments, which I actually think do really well with the Tobins, because all of them say horrible things and don't realize it. And she's like, do you ever listen to yourselves? Like, she just calls out, I think, what the audience is trying to say, which is nice.
Yeah, they my fear was they would try to shoehorn her in and make like force her onto us, but they've utilized her perfectly, and I'll admit I was completely wrong. Dirt is a great addition to the show, and Jane Lynch is awesome, and hopefully we see just as much of her in season 5. Yahoo says this was giving me vibes to Friends with Burger Fits. I didn't see that as much, mainly because Beef was doing this to himself, and refusing help from everybody. And and that Bob wasn't trying to help him until the very end.
Mm-hmm.
Now I will say this: I was watching that episode and I was having flashbacks when he said my chest hurts. I was like, oh, I know what that feels like, and he's like, my back hurts. I was like, oh, I know what this feels like, and he's like, my arm's going numb. I was like, oh, I know exactly what this is. But then it turned out it was an appendix, so it wasn't what I have.
No, he had gallstones.
Yes, gallstones. I had pericarditis.
And I did love that his heart came back. I was just like, dude, what are you doing? Like, get checked.
Who was the voice of that heart?
John Hamm.
Okay, I could hear it and I could see it, but I could not place it.
Yeah, it's John Hamm.
Nice crossover there between the two shows. For some reason, I wanted to say it was who's the guy in the Bradley Cooper. For some reason, I was picturing Bradley Cooper. Okay. But yeah, really dug the episode. I don't like that Beef was being stubborn about it. But it led to some great jokes. So
I did love that he's like, oh, pipe, I must suckle from you. And it's like, that is disgusting.
That is insanely gross. You don't know where that's coming from. I would have liked if there was more backstory to that pipe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I actually was hoping that Judy would actually, that if it wasn't the grave, it would be them being like, that pipe's disgusting and should be researched, and find out like it actually comes from like a lone moose like fish dispensary plant or something weird, and it's just like, ugh.
Yeah, if they did like a shot into the pipe and it went all the way up to the pipe, and then it turned out it was the next town over's like dumping grounds or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's see. Though John Hamm coming back to the episode in time for Grimsburg season finale after appearing earlier for the series official premiere was something. Time is a full circle. Yeah, that is it. Yeah, great episode. What's the finale synopsis? You have that in front of you?
I do. So the last episode for us is episode 15, 50 Worst Dates Adventure. After Carissa's friend tells Beef he needs to be more romantic, he takes her on a full day of consecutive dates. Honeybee and Judy plan their second annual opening of the Tobin family pool. I didn't even know they had a pool.
What? Okay. I mean, I'm on board. They have the benefit of the doubt for me.
Yes.
Weird that we're getting a second annual. I thought you were going to say like a sister-in-law retreat thing again.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. I know Talone Moose and Back, the Instagram page, they have the photos up now. Maybe we'll go ahead and pull those and post them up ourselves. All right, I'm on board. It's going to be a good night. We have Bob's, we have the Great North. Krapopolis is there too.
Simpsons, yep.
And the Simpsons. I honestly have not. The only time I watch Simpsons is on Disney Plus now.
Yeah.
So,
did you see some of the ads that they came out with Disney where like Marge is sitting in the kitchen cooking and all the new people, there goes the neighborhood?
Oh no, I haven't.
It's got like the Belchers, Family Guy, like they're all there, and it just was like, there goes the neighborhood.
Disney is really pushing Hulu and their animation, so you're seeing Bob's pop up in the strangest of places, Disney areas. I'm gonna be in Orlando next weekend, and I may run by Disney Springs and see maybe if there's anything Bob's related going on around there.
I've seen online big posters in Chicago. It says like Thingamabobs. I've got 20. And I've also seen it. There's been at Disney parks. Maggie posted pictures when she went to Disney, and that was on signs above her and in windows. And it's also, there's a billboard, I think, in LA for it. So I think they're really pushing that Disney Plus now has all of the Hulu animation from Fox.
Yeah. So hopefully Bob's getting more and more love from them, but we'll see. So that was, you have any parting thoughts on the episodes?
I thought Great North was amazing.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see kind of what they do for season 5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really hoping it catches with people because this season has been absolutely great.
I will say this: from what we know, the network loves the show. I don't think a show would get greenlit for 5 seasons if it was doing lukewarm reception as far as an audience goes. Is it Bob's? No. Is it Family Guy? Is it Simpsons? No. if those are A tier, you're looking at B tier for the Great North. At this point, you're fooling yourselves if you think anything different. But then again, it's all subjective. So I'm hoping it becomes more prevalent in people's minds when they speak about Bob's, like, oh, and the Great North. Because
that's what we're hoping it gets, because it deserves that. It's just as good in a lot of ways in its own character. It's really just, I think it got a bad start. People clumped it together, and as like we've talked about, like even Wendy brought up, like we're breaking a lot of the mold, and I think that has actually been huge to them and a huge benefit.
Yeah. All right. Well, next week we have the finales, of course. I guess if there's nothing else, we'll do a little show housekeeping, and then we'll put a bow on this.
Yeah.
All right. So May 27th will be the next round of Bob's Burgers trivia, exclusively here on YouTube Live or on Instagram Live. But it is going to be themed. If you saw our post earlier on our Instagram page, the theatrical release anniversary of Bob's Burgers the movie was May 27th, 2022. We just happened to be running trivia on May 27th, 2024. So we decided to make it Bob's Burgers the movie themed trivia. So all our questions will be pulled from the movie. I won't do a deep as a dive as like to listen to the commentary and pull questions from that, because that just seems unfair.
Not fair.
No, that's not fair. And not everybody has the ability to listen to the commentary, so it'll be strictly from the movie itself. Oh, Aaron, you're still here. Woo! Just listening to us rage against all these other shows. We're so sorry. Oh yeah, I'm sure it is probably on the Animation Domination site there, Homer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be doing a Bob's Burgers the movie trivia. Aaron, I know you did some work on that. Yeah, Aaron did work on that, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you feel if you want to play some trivia, you want to get some of your movie buddies together to see if they can beat our trivia, open invitation.
We'd be down.
Oh, thank God. Okay, then you missed all of our bad talk. Okay, thank God.
Good.
But yeah, May 27th, we'll be doing Bob's Burgers the movie trivia. Probably 10 questions each from each of us. This is an open invitation to anybody who's worked on the movie. If they want to try their luck in answering our trivia, let us know. Shoot us a message. Last time Bento challenged us to trivia, they lost.
Granted, we went a little hard.
They lost. Sorry, Simon and Brian and
John.
Mr.
Coffee.
You lost. You started on the I bet. Okay. There. And then you, Bernard, I can never say his name right. And Bernard and Nora get together and we'll challenge you to trivia. How about that? May 27th.
We would also, if any of those people want to submit a question, just record it like Wendy and Lizzie did and just send it our way. We will gladly post it.
Aaron's first shot was the grossest shot of the movie.
The tooth falling and loose. Oh.
Yeah. Maybe that'll be one of the trivia questions. I hope everybody's paying attention. What was Aaron's first shot on the movie? We also you'll want to tune in not only for the trivia, but we have a surprise announcement at some time during that episode. If you saw, I think a week or so ago, I posted a little to-do list from North to Wharf, and there were a couple of things that were censored out. And we may be revealing one of those censored items on the May 27th show. Yes. Or if you are one of our Patreon members on the paying level of the Wharfers level, you'll get your notification letting you know what's going on. Maybe tomorrow. I got it. Or actually 13th. No. Okay. So you'll get that next Monday. You'll get it a week before we tell it on the show.
Yep.
So next Monday, if you are a paying Patreon member, you'll find out what the announcement is. If you're not, that's perfectly fine. You can wait until the 27th to find out. And if you miss it on the 27th, you'll just have to find out when it happens.
Which you'll find out. We'll post it.
You'll find out. JB, anything else you'd like to let the folks know about?
Not that I think of. No, not kind.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me make sure I got everything set up on my end here. Design. Like we mentioned, we do have a Patreon for $3 a month. You can help us keep the lights on here. That also goes into helping us not only pay for the streaming, which costs money, helps pay for the shipping of items that we mail out to people. We haven't done a giveaway in a while, so maybe we need to do one.
Maybe the 27th we just do that as well.
Maybe. But it helps with just keeping the show running. If you're able to do it, cool. If not, no harm, no foul. Absolutely no pressure to do so. But link to the Patreon and our Threadless shop can be found in the bio on any of our socials. Yeah, that's all I got. So this has been From the Great North to Wonder Wharf, your one-stop destination for bento box information. As always, I'm Mike.
And I'm JB. Hey, guys.
We'll see you next week. And don't forget, May 27th, Bob's Burgers Movie Trivia. Good night.
Should be fun. See you guys.